YouTube, how are we doing? Thank you for clicking on another video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm going to talk about Modern Warfare 2 2022, the sort of things that a little bit that we know, and what I would kind of want going forward from it. So, the moment of recording this, it's the 13th of April. There's still no official teaser yet from Activision, from Infinity Ward just yet. Now, whether they do the same sort of thing they did with Vanguard and Cold War, they leave it for a little bit of time, potentially look at it around about June reveal time. I would prefer they didn't do that, because then it just divulges into more, like, they try and cram too much stuff in at such a small point. But in terms of, I mean, we know it's going to be Modern Warfare 2 2022. I think people are happy with that. In terms of the campaign, we know it's going to be a direct sequel to Modern Warfare 2019, with a couple of new people being introduced, with people that were introduced as characters in the multiplayer, with Soap, Ghost and that getting introduced as playable characters. We know that they're going to feature in this next game. And I think, you know, for me with the campaign, Modern Warfare 2019's campaign is really, really good, really gritty, really sort of keeps you on edge. You know, there's some few missions that are very much like, what the hell am I doing here? But it kept to the nature of what it was trying to do. And I hope it continues down that trend that they're doing. The campaigns need to be gritty, they need to be pulling at your heartstrings in some bits. And I really do hope that they continue with this sort of like the narrative of like doing some of the missions where it felt really horrible to do, like the breach mission in which you were going with the realism mode and stuff like that, the night vision goggles.
This is why I like playing with Ash and that, because at least that fucking skill-based matchmaking goes down.
Putting the guy in the chair and trying to kill him and stuff like that with a roulette gun, all that kind of stuff needs to return. The one thing they have with the campaign is you need to make it longer. I am sick to death of the most recent campaigns being like 10 to 12 missions long. Cold War had like these spin-off missions, but they weren't the same feel. I want proper old-fashioned, like COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, 15, 16, 17 missions and stuff like that. That's what I want. I want Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Pro. I want all of this in this campaign. And I really do hope they go back to their roots with that, because Modern Warfare 2019 was a very good campaign, but it was so cut off. I feel they could have done so much more with it. In terms of multiplayer, we know for a fact that there's going to be certain maps coming back, and we know there's going to be certain guns coming back as well. The leaked ones at the moment is that the UMP45 is going to come back, the Intervention and the ACR and the MP5 are then guns that have been thrown up. Now, my thing with it is it has to be as close to the UMP45 from Modern Warfare 2. The Intervention we've only ever had one, bar the
I couldn't even fucking see him up there.
Infinite Warfare. The ACR, this might piss a lot of people off. I don't want the original ACR to come back. I want the 6.8 from Modern Warfare 3. I want the gun that was so broken they never fixed it, and you could still go onto a Modern Warfare 3 lobby now and you'll find people using the ACR 6.8. More likely, I will be using it.
Fuck!
The MP5 can be pretty much any variant, maybe not the Modern Warfare 3 one because it was very poor. Modern Warfare 2's, the MP5K was quite weak.
There's no way he hit me.
So there has to be some form of comparison, I guess, or some sort of like there has to be the gun has to be as good as one or is not as good as another. We know as well that certain maps are going to come back, and this is the one thing I wanted to talk about a lot.
Really?
In terms of
Hey, you're sitting in the corner, and B, you can fucking stop that.
We know it's either going to be a Spec-Ops type mode.
It's kind of difficult when they just know exactly where you're going to be.
Well, this is the last Call of Duty that will be released under the Activision, not owned by Microsoft. This is the Call of Duty that needs to stop the trend of giving PlayStation or Xbox or PC its own
what is with these teammates?
Game modes and stuff like that. It has to be. It used to be, when I was growing up, it used to be Xbox had it. The moment I went to Xbox, then it started to become a PlayStation thing. With Modern Warfare 2019, they had Spec-Ops across the whole board, but they had Spec-Ops Survival, which was only then brought over to Modern Warfare for Xbox in October, and I played the Everline hell out of that. So what Infinity Ward or Activision need to do right now is, with this merger coming up in June of next year, they need to cut this out right now. They need to come out straight away and say there is no exclusive content for PlayStation or Xbox. There is no pre-order things for just this console. It needs to be on the board. Whatever happens now with Activision after June 2023 is on that. So whatever happens with the Call of Duty franchise after that goes with that. We also know as well that we are not getting a new Call of Duty in 2023, so Infinity Ward are going to have this game for 2 game cycles, and that can only be a good thing. With the introduction of Warzone to increase with Modern Warfare, with Cold War, and now with Vanguard, the leveling up system is very similar to what it is. And while I haven't got a problem with that, I would kind of like to see it buck the trend and sort of ignore the previous games, but I wouldn't be opposed to it if it didn't. In regards to Warzone, I really hope that this Call of Duty has nothing to do with Warzone. I hope it cuts off. Now, I know it's not going to, but the introduction of Warzone has killed multiplayer so much that the only reason people are using certain guns is to then use them in Warzone. Warzone is a broken mess of a game, still has been, still is, even with the Ricochet anti-cheat. Right now, I would make Warzone its own thing. Have the guns from Modern Warfare, from Cold War, and from Vanguard. Every now and then sprinkle a weapon in from Modern Warfare 2, but do not fully integrate the game with it.
I'm sick and tired of coming
up with Warzone its own entity. Simple as that. We know that's not going to happen, even though there is talk of a brand new Battle Royale coming from with Modern Warfare 2022. I have no idea what they're going to do with that. But in terms of multiplayer, this is the main reason I wanted to do this video, is the fact that we know there's going to be certain maps coming back to it as well. So there has been talks on Terminal, Favela and High Rise coming back from Modern Warfare 2. Now, here's the thing, they've got 4 Modern Warfare games to choose maps from. Here's some I don't want to see come back. I don't want to see Rust come back. As much as people love it, I do not want to see Rust come back. It was cool that it came back in Modern Warfare 2019, but it never played the same. I don't want to see another version of Shipment. I said it. I love Shipment. There's a Shipment game in this playlist, on the game footage that you're seeing in the background.
Running well guns.
But I'm sick and tired of Shipment constantly coming back. So I don't want to see it. I really don't want to see it. I don't want to see Vacant come back. I don't want to see Crash come back. I don't want to see any map that we've had a lot of titles for it. You know, we have had Terminal a couple of times. You know, we had it in Modern Warfare 3, it came back. It came back in Infinite Warfare as well. We haven't had it come back since, so I would be more than happy to have Terminal come back. No. High Rise we have not seen. I think there's been one spin-off of it maybe. People might need to correct me on that. I think there has been a spin-off of it come through, but we need to bring that back. Favela I know has been remade, but it needs to change. Like, I'm happy to have that come back, simply because we haven't had it enough. But
I can't hit anything.
That
like, this is
don't
dumb.
need to come out. So in terms, if we go back from Modern Warfare, the original COD 4, you know, a couple of maps
this guy's still sniping.
Overgrown come back.
This is what I mean. This is why I can't play this game.
Of Call of Duty.
GG guys.
Block would be a terrible choice as well. So I don't think COD 4 has too many titles that you can bring back into it. With Modern Warfare 2, I'm more than happy to bring back maps like Subbase. You know, Subbase was a really, really good map. And if you're going to bring back Favela and High Rise as well, let's go out there. I want Wasteland back. That might be a very unpopular choice, but I want Wasteland to come back. I absolutely love the hell out of Wasteland.
Funny that I get most time with the objective.
It's known for its bullshittery, but I absolutely love it for that reason. That was the map that got me my first nuke, and I'm not afraid to say that. I did the nuke tube stuff from the beginning. That got me my first nuke. That got me through that initial heart beating at 210 beats per minute. Once I got that nuke, then I finally settled down. So I'm more than happy to have Wasteland come back in its true form. Again, I think it has come back in a spin-off title. Again, I might be wrong with that. In terms of other maps that you could bring back from Modern Warfare 2, I'm not entirely sure. So again, there's also been talk on Afghan coming back. Derail can stay the hell away. Estate can stay the hell away. Invasion, I know it's sort of been teased in Modern Warfare 2019, but Invasion can stay away. Karachi could be quite cool, but it's such a campy map as well. Quarry would be very campy. Rundown, let's bring Rundown back. Rundown was an amazing map. Let's bring that back. Scrapyard came back in MW2019. I'm happy if that stays away. Skid Row, again, would be very, very campy, but would be quite cool. Underpass can stay the hell away as well. I'm not interested in any of those other maps coming through. But in terms of Modern Warfare 3, this is where things could switch it up, because there's a lot of Modern Warfare 3 maps I would 100% have back in the game. Seatown, I would have Seatown come back. I love this map in Modern Warfare 3, one of my favourites. Dome needs to come back with a true iteration. I'm sick of the Genesis we got in Infinite Warfare, Radar in Vanguard. They are not proper Dome remakes in my opinion, because they don't play anything like how Dome used to play. Let's scrap it all, bring back Dome in all of its glory. Arcaden could work, but I don't see it happening. Baccarat, definitely not. That wasn't a good map. Resistance, I think, should come back, and I think a lot of people with me. I know Resistance has made a comeback in one game. I can't remember which one, but Resistance needs to come back. Downturn can stay the hell away. Bootleg can stay the hell away.
And
Carbon, again, poor. Hard Hat, we had it back in Modern Warfare 2019, so I'm not too fussed about that. Lockdown, definitely not. Village needs to come back. I know Village was a large map, and it was teased to come back in Modern Warfare 2019. It needs to come back. Fallen, I would be up in the... I wouldn't mind if it came back. Wasn't a great map, wasn't a bad map. So,
I can't.
Let's throw that in there. Outpost, no. I know they need to do a snow map. That's inevitable, but let's not do that. Interchange, probably not. Underground wasn't a bad map. Mission needs to come back. If you remember Mission, it definitely needs to come back. So that's what I think in terms of, and in terms of from Modern Warfare 2019, the only map you got to bring back is Shoot House.
Why?
You know, Shoot House was the map that revolutionised their game as a whole. We all know this. We do know that they're going to stick with a very similar 3 route system with their maps, so there's not much we can do about that. But bring back these maps. You know, give them a small twist. Don't go too much. Like what we did with Shipment, you can running through like all the containers and doing all this sort of stuff. Don't need to do that. Just bring them back, subtle changes, make it.
Of course, because no one fucking pushes them.
And I'm happy with that. I think a lot of people would be happy with that as well. We know that skill-based matchmaking is coming, and now look, I'm not going to talk too much on this because I could easily do a 25-minute video on why I think skill-based matchmaking is the worst thing that happens to Call of Duty. But we know it's coming back, and we do know for a fact that it's going to be toned down. And I'm happy with that because I don't need it to be as casual as it was back in the day with Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2.
I actually hate
but it needs to be not as turned up as it has been in the previous 4 or 5 Call of Duties because it is insane. You can't just jump on the Call of Duty now and have a good time unless you're going to purposely derank yourself to have fun. And I'm not about doing that. I realise playing the 2 games that you're seeing in the background is that because I was playing solo, I was not having fun. When I'm playing with friends, it's so much more fun for me. So that's what
I'm shooting him!
You need to tone it down to a point where it doesn't feel like I'm playing in CDL every single game. As a whole, I am super hyped for this game. I think, you know, Infinity Ward have got 2 years with this game to do whatever they want with it. So we know like the Battle Pass has definitely been a thing that's improved Call of Duty. The cosmetics are really cool as well. We know for a fact that Gunsmith's going to come back and it's going to be probably even more loaded as before. Let's bring back score streaks. I know this is an unpopular one, but I'm a very team-based player. There's some games that you'll see me play in backgrounds of videos and stuff. That I'm top of the leaderboard with kills, but I'm also up there with defends, I'm up there with captures. I'm a very team-based player. So I'm more than happy to have score streaks come back. And if it has to come back in a way of point man, I'm not a fan of that. I would rather you literally just give me the option between score streak and kill streaks. If you have to, make the score streaks a little bit harder to earn rather than just kill streaks, but don't make me waste a perk using that. On perks, let's bring back pro perks. I know it's never going to happen now, but let's bring back pro perks. They were amazing. Dead Silence as a whole needs to go back to being a perk. If you're going to consist with field upgrades, then you can't have something that just makes you run fast. A field upgrade is meant to help you on the battlefield, like a deployable cover, attack insertion, something like that. That's what field upgrades need to be, and that's what it needs to be with Modern Warfare 2 as well. I'm going to leave it there. If there's anything you guys feel like should be added in Modern Warfare 2022, leave a comment down below as well. If you like the video, hit like and subscribe down below. I'm going to bring a lot of Modern Warfare content coming up, hopefully with more stuff that we learn. So anyways, guys, enjoy and peace.